that he's our master, and we Citizens Alliance for Property Rights. Glenn Morgan was the grassroots director and the property rights director at the Freedom Foundation from 2011 to 2015. He enjoys creating videos documenting big government's abuses of citizens, and that's a lot of material, particularly on property rights issues. Lost my place. Glenn founded We the Governed in 2016. He is a frequent writer and speaker on property rights, the environmental movement, big government, and the importance of citizen activism, like we're doing here today. In June of 2019, Glenn was awarded the Citizen Activist of the Year of 2019, awarded by the Olympic Conference. He currently lives on a small tree farm in Thurston County with his wife and their 4 children. Please welcome Glenn Morgan.
Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, I'm really glad to see so many people here. One thing I want to talk about is that our good friends on the left oftentimes said that it's our duty to speak truth to power. You remember that? I mean, that was actually, I know when I was in college, they would always say, we're here to speak truth to power. And yet the same people who say that are ridiculing us for daring to actually stand up and speak truth to power. So I still believe in that phrase, and I think that's very important for us as citizen activists. Now, I want to talk about a terrible disease that's actually spreading throughout our state and our nation. And I want to talk about how this deadly disease is actually causing great harm in our community and to our neighbors and our friends. And it's incubating right back here in the governor's mansion. And it's spread. It's the government staph infection has permeated the state. And just 3 blocks away is the Employment Security Department. And in their infinite wisdom, the geniuses who are telling us to obey and believe everything they tell us decided that it was really a smart thing to do to send $600 million of your taxpayer dollars to a Nigerian fraud scheme instead of to unemployed people in the state of Washington. But we need to obey them. Right? Because these guys know what they're doing. The same government back here has also released 3,000 felons early because of a computer glitch, violent felons who went out and murdered people in our community when they should have been in prison, and just said it was a computer glitch. The same people who have told us that they need more of your taxpayer dollars to solve the homeless crisis in this state. And if you drive around the other side of Capitol Lake, you will see their great and wonderful vision for the rest of our community. We have to be willing to stand up against this pandemic and this virus that is spreading in our state. And it's way worse than anything they could imagine that COVID could be. And there's only one way to vaccinate the disease that's incubating back here and in those buildings over there. And that's up to us. That's up to us. We have to change who's in charge and the clown show that they're running in these buildings back here. But they want us to obey them. I mean, it's literally, that's the terminology. You must obey the edict that these geniuses and very intelligent people are telling us to do, because they know better than you what you can do at home, who you can see. They know better than you whether or not you can run your business. They believe you can shut your business down for a year, but they don't really care what's happening to you and your community and your friends, because none of them are affected by this. None of them lose any money. None of them lose their job. None of them lose their retirement. In fact, they get pay raises. Ansley just got a pay raise. And yet, keep in mind, they want to censor what we say. Everything that we're saying, half my articles that I write right now, right? Facebook or Google or somebody else wants to censor it. And that is such an arrogant attitude, because the belief is that you're not functional adults capable of making your own decisions. They have to step in and tell you what to think and who you can listen to and what you can say or think.
That ain't right.
It is not right. But there is a solution. And there is a solution. And actually, it does start with people like you getting together with your friends and your family. Most politics, most solutions are actually local. The political things that are going on in your community with your neighbors and your friends, it is very important to be engaged and involved with them. Do not retreat into yourself. Do not get apathetic. Do not get depressed. Get involved. Get engaged. You're going to find more people agree with you than you realize, but they want to intimidate us. Are you intimidated? No. Are you going to let your neighbors be intimidated? No. Are you going to support your local community that actually cares about helping? We're going to help them. We care about them. Far more than any of these bureaucrats who aren't even in their offices. They're working from home if they're really working. And judging from what the Employment Security Department does, we probably don't want them working very much. Now, we had an election, and I want to point out some things that happened in this state. There are problems in our election process. If you've been following my articles, I have a new series coming out called The Resurrection Chronicles, because we have witnessed a great miracle. Thousands of people have come back from the dead, and they have voted. And we need to answer the question, is there more to life after death than just voting? So we're planning to go and find these people, because that is a very important question. It's far predates any problems that we've seen lately. But we'd like to answer that question, and we'd like to fix some of the problems in our voting rolls. You're going to see some of these stories coming out. We have got to fix that, because if the election process isn't working for us, then we're starting to lose more of our freedoms than we realize. And that's important. That's a high priority. You're going to hear a lot of drama about that. It's very important. I want to be engaged and involved on that, but productively engaged. Don't retreat. Don't give up. Don't back down. We have to stay involved. So I'm going to close here, and I just want to say I end all my videos this way, but the future does belong to those who show up, and it starts with us. Thank you guys for showing up today.
Thank you.